Greetings and salutations from Lone Custom Painting. This is segment 2 of what I promised last week. A constant battle goes on the pages. And no matter how many times I state my case, no matter how many times I've written about it, I did a, I don't know, Jim Hott had a 4-page article on it. No. And it's not fair to the other guys. Look, if you get garbage in your paint, you don't want it enshrined forever, okay? This is in relation to specifically metallics and pearls. So, without further ado, this is what we're about to show you. Now, this is Tester's Enamel British Racing Green Metallic. It does not have any clear coat put on it. This has pearl licks on it. This was cleared before, had a little bit of gunk in it, so I wet sanded it. We're going to shoot it again. I've been taken to task for this so many times and I just get tired of fighting with people about it. This is why we're putting this out here, so people can see it. So what we're going to do, I'm just using Tester's clear top coat on this, and you're going to see this paint come back alive. Now, when Jake comes over here, I will be sure to show you, because this has come up before also. Oh man, I wet sanded it. It's all faded, it's all foggy. Listen, from coat 1 to coat 20, that's right, I said 20, light mist coats, until you get an overall smoothness and shine, okay? No matter from coat 1 to coat 20, those metallics and those pearl pieces come out of the gun and they stick every which way. It would be like taking a handful of a child's jacks and throwing it into a piece of styrofoam. None of them are going to stick the same. So if I take 2 coats or 3 coats off wet sanding, making sure it's smooth as a baby's ass, and making sure that there's no debris, when I shoot it, the metallics, and the big word with the detractors is it flattens it. If I have 10 coats on this car, I take off 3. They were tumbling on coat 7 just as much as they were on coat 10. Now, if you want to shoot another coat over top of this after you've wet sanded it, okay, fine, but you're liable to end up with the same problem you had before. All it takes is one color spit or a little chunk of debris or whatever. You're just going to continue to do this until you put so many coats on it, you hide over your detail. So, you go from 10 coats down to 7 coats. The metallics are still sticking up every which way. It's just you've smoothed that surface. Now, once I hit the clear coat on this, you're going to see that metallic and that pearl all come back to the forefront, which is what clear coat does. So without further ado, come on over here, Jake, and we'll get this show on the road. Alright, as you can well see, it's got a whiteness to it. It's flat as flat could be, right? Now, this is a, believe it or not, it's a junk body. There's a few little burn marks on it. I wasn't in love with the color. Therefore, once we get done with this little demonstration, it goes into the strip tank. So, without further ado, light mist coats, Tester's clear top coat. Uh-oh, Jake, something's wrong. Jake, look, all the metallics coming back. Imagine that. Okay, there you have it. All your colors back, all your metallics back, and it's coming right up to the forefront. Now we are shooting on a very humid day, so this stuff is drying like as quick could be. But like I said, this is just a demonstration to show you that you don't knock the metallics down, they don't disappear, you don't flatten it out. Alright, so this is just British Racing Green Metallic. That's the only clear coat that this has seen. Alright, so we have this. Listen, Jake, your Aunt Kathy's cutting the grass. Isn't that wonderful? Anyways, this has clear coat on it. As you can see, once again, this is pretty much in the condition that was before. So, okay, no white marks, no nothing, all gone. Got that? Okay, good. Alright kids, now just ordinary orange, no, wet sanded, and what this is going to do, this is going to bring that pearl-X right back up to the forefront. Okay, those golden sparkles are right back where they want to be and right where you want them to be. Look kids, it can be done. Wet sand overall, if you sit on this hood and you spin in one place and you wet sand, you're going to make a divot and it's going to show. If you've got, say, a couple little pieces of debris on your roof or your trunk, you wet sand it overall. All of the parts, including the hood, if it has valances, etc., etc. Make sure that everything is taken down. Then you can bring it back up. So, I'll tell you what. Let me get this stuff put away and we'll talk about this a little bit more. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, you saw the visual demonstration. I've written about it, done articles on it. Now, beyond this, I don't know what else to do. Paint finish is probably 87% of your show points. It's very important to have a nice finish, a very good finish, because that's what attracts the judge's eye, or judges I should say, as they go through the tables. If you've got a premier paint job laid down, you're gonna do far better than somebody that doesn't. Let's put it that way. As of late, private messages, emails on the YouTube channel, on my phone, or on my scale model. Oh man, and this is just an example. Please do a tutorial on how to apply bare metal foil. Kiddo, I've already done it. It's in the Tips and Tricks DVD. You know, explain how you airbrush. Already been there. That's why the airbrush DVD is on the market. Viable product. We've been selling them for 12 years. Am I being mercenary? No. Am I being cold about this? No. I cannot continue to go back over and over and over the subjects that are already covered. That's why we put the DVDs out there in the first place, kids. You can thank a little 8-year-old girl because she said, "Dad, you sound like a broken record. Why don't you do something about it?" Well, we did. And they are a firm foundation. The great part about that is when we started the Patreon channel, okay, we already had the foundation built with the DVDs. Almost every single, well, I would have to say every single one of the individuals that belong to the Patreon channel, they own the DVDs and have been watching them for more than a couple of years. The nice thing about the Patreon channel is we can go into far more depth with what we're doing now than what you could ever hope to cover on DVD, unless it's a specific subject. Bang, bang, bang. And that's how the tips and tricks was set up to be. I hope this clears up for you guys that are trying to get the ultimate finish, or you don't want your cat hair, your dog hair, or your ants in your paintwork. You got to wet sand, kids. You got to make it as smooth can be. The smoother the surface to be painted, the smoother the paint finish. Now, I realize, of course, that what you just saw was not my normal way of going about and doing things, because in actuality, as I said when we were shooting in the booth, it's too humid to do what we needed to do today. But it got the point across. You saw a paint job that was as flat as the proverbial schoolmarm's chest, and you saw all that color and all that brilliance come back up. Now, should I sit down after this and wet sand that smooth and then polish it out? It'll be a grain mirror, and you can do it too. As I said, consider it mercenary or not, the DVDs are out there, and I would encourage you to get them. As for the detractors and some of the clownish comments and everything else like that, I got alligator hide. I am far from being a master modeler. That's somebody else's term that gets laid on me. I just consider myself a very experienced modeler, because if I'm the master of anything, it's the master of screw-ups, because I know 49 ways out of 50 how not to do it. Did I learn? Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have to start following the guys that are experienced. They know what they're doing. You've got Bill Stillwagon out there. You've got David Thibodeau. You've got Marcos Cruz. You've got Virgil Suarez. You've got Ken Hamilton. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. And the nice thing about it is, and the great part for me is I know almost all of them, and I get to share information with them and talk to them on a semi-regular basis. And on occasion, unfortunately once a year, when Jake and I and Kathy go to the NNL East, I get to hang out with them, which you could not pay, not for love nor money would I pass that up. So, I'm done beating your ear. Times are rolling down. Softball, well, I probably got another 2 months left. Jake will be trying to kill Daffy's relatives in the swamp somewhere. But eventually we'll get this all tuned up. So, over the next couple weeks, you're going to see 3 videos coming down. I hope this helped out a little bit. I hope it helped clear up some of the mess. And I hope that the Dotting Thomases, well, they're going to be who they are no matter what you do. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I hope that this helped out a little bit. It was the only way and the best way that we know how to get this point across. It's not rocket science. It's not witchcraft, taboo, or anything else like that. You just have to work at it. And the only thing that I cannot teach you, which is your biggest tool in your arsenal, is patience. And that's what this is required to achieve the ultimate finish. So, until I talk to you next time, this is the old man from Lone Wolf Custom Painting. Check out the Patreon channel and or oldmansmodels.com. Check out the DVDs. They're well worth the price. In the meantime, y'all take care of yourselves. God bless. This is the old man. I'm out.